What up, dude? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Thursday. Thursday, baby. December 8th, 2022 on deck for today's show. We get you ready for Vikings-Lions Ford Field on Sunday. I look at how the teams stack up on paper and go over the betting information. LL gives you the keys to victory on offense. Coach Mike does the same thing for the defense. And I tell you who's riding that choo-choo pain train, baby, as I go over the first injury reports of the week for both teams. But before we get into all that, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew. Man, today I'm going with my man. It's the boxing pride of Jackson, Michigan, because he was squaring up last night in the square circle. Man, He's the chef. He's the defensive coach. Man, he all them things, man. It's our Renaissance man himself. It's who?
It's the Wolverine, Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Man, and y'all know what day it is, so I got to do an extra special welcome to him to the show because he's the reason why they started them things over on Instagram. It's your auntie's favorite player. He got all that Tupperware at his house. It's El Guapo from Yanktown, man. It's LL Cool Tones. What's going on, my guy?
You ladies have some nice Tupperware, by the way. Happy Thursday, regular Thursday.
Man, whatever. Man, let's get this thing started
Right now.
Let's go.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
Welcome to Detroit.
All right, folks, we're about to get into this little game breakdown, man. Curt, let's get over these stats, man.
Yeah, y'all know how we do it on Thursdays, man. Before we get into the offensive defensive keys to the victory, let's compare the team stats for the season and go over the betting information for the game. All right, so points per game. The Vikings score 24 points a game. The Lions score 26. Okay, points allowed, 23. They give up 27 for us, but that has a lot to do with like the first, those first 6-7 weeks of the season where we were just letting anybody score on us. But it's coming down. Total yards per game, 354 for the Vikings, 379 for the Lions. Okay. Yards passing per game. Here it is, even. 252 apiece. Oh no. But here's where we get a little separation. How in the hell did the Lions run the ball better than the Vikings with Dalvin Cook? They run for 101 yards per game. The Lions put up 127. Now, here's where it's even again. Yards allowed. Both teams give up 414 yards per game. The Vikings, however, give up more in the passing game. They give up nearly 300 passing yards per game at 299 yards. The Lions give up 264. We were at that point at one time, but our secondary has kind of changed it around. We talked about that yesterday on yesterday's show. So if you want to check out what I had to say about the secondary, go back to yesterday's shows and check it out if you haven't done so already. The rushing yards allowed is where we can get in trouble because they allow 115 and we allow 149. And, they got that they have their own dynamic duo of backs over there in Minnesota. Now, here is the craziness of the craziness for the betting lines for the game. The Lions are 2.5-point favorites at home versus a 10-2 team. The over-under for the game right now is 51.5 points, but the betting lines are kind of crazy. So it's 1 plus 118 for the Vikings, which means what? That means if you bet 100, you have to bet $118 to win $100. And the Lions are minus 140. So I mean, if you bet $100, you'll get 140. So you look at this, man, and I read an article yesterday about why the Lions are favorite in this game. It says that you look at the Vikings, they've 9-0 in like one possession games, and they've had their luck of the bouncing ball, bouncing their way, where they've had some, not taking away against what they've done, but they've had their luck kind of bounce their way. And they said that going back to Detroit is that team that's having those plays starting to bounce they were now, where they were the team that was having the ball bounce against them. Now they have the team where it's going towards them. And they're looking at how the Lions played the Vikings so tough in week 3. Also looking at the Lions offense right now, how hot it is. And if you look at what's going on with the Vikings are winning because of their offense, because their defense is suspect. They're giving up a lot of passing yards, they're giving up a lot of points, and they were a hair away from losing that game last week to the Jets. God dropped the pass in the end zone. You look at this game, it's a winnable game for the Lions. I'm not saying the Lions are going to win. I'm just saying it's a winnable game for the Lions. And it's so much of a winnable game that the Vegas odd makers are favoring the Detroit Lions in this game for a 5-17 versus the 10-2 team. And one thing, I'll tell you this, Dan Campbell is 2-0 versus 10-win teams as the head coach of the Detroit Lions. So with all that being said, I think it's a fairly even matchup. You know what I'm saying? You look at it, just because of the fact that how powerful both offenses are. It's kind of like a strength on weakness for both teams, where our strength is our offense, our weakness is our defense. Even though it is improving, their strength is their offense, their weakness is their defense. So it's kind of strength on weakness. And who wants it more? Who's gonna score the last touchdown? I tell you what, if it starts off like week 3 did, the Lions ain't gonna let up like they did last time. Dan Campbell's already said that. They ain't letting up like they did last time. Dan Campbell said that decision haunts him to this day. He said he ain't gonna let it affect him because he's got to keep coaching. But he said that decision to kick that field goal in Minnesota instead of going for it haunts him to this day. He's gonna remember that. It's always gonna be in the back of his mind. All right, fellas, talk to me about the matchup. We ain't getting into all y'all breakdown stuff just yet, but this is the matchup itself on paper, and what you guys think about the game on Sunday.
Hey, Kurt, first of all, you scared over there. You scared, Tony. I ain't gonna say they're gonna win. Man, they gonna win. Period. Point blank, period. The Lions is gonna win. We about to give it to them.
Okay.
Just like we gave it to New York, and just like we gave it to Jacksonville, we about to give it to them. And you know what it is.
All right. The business, huh? All right.
That's in so many words. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna win this game. I'm glad Dan Campbell said it. I was gonna say, because we're not gonna lose like how we did the first time around. Y'all friend ain't gonna give it away, even though they gave us one, we gave them one, but ours was just very mistimed. We had a 24-14 lead all the way up to the fourth quarter, man. So this game will be different. It's in our home. Hopefully, some of them calls go our way, and we getting that W on Sunday, man. And we're gonna cut the hair off the back of TJ Hawkinson helmet.
Okay. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video. All of these things help us get this Lions content to more fans just like yourself. The family discussion topic for today, because y'all know how we do, we'd like to hear from y'all, is how can the Lions upset the Vikings? Is it a really upset? I don't think so. But it is what it is. So how can the Lions upset the Vikings? Let us know in the comment section of the video. And y'all know how we do. We pick 6 of those things to read on the next show. But hey, it's Christmas time. And I know y'all see the fresh one. The 2022 Salute the Service cap is right here on the dome. I got it at fanatics.com. Click the link in the description below. And portion of the proceeds from the link go to help us grow the content on this channel. So go ahead and get your favorite fan of their favorite team merchandise from fanatics.com, man. They finally came out with the hat I like, the 5950 low crown when they salute the service. So when it came out, I had to cop that thing. So you know how it goes down, man. But grab some gear at fanatics.com, man, for you or your loved ones. And make sure you check us out online. It's Nation Unite. It's the one-stop shop for Detroit Lions fans. It's the ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans as well. You get all your content over there. You get Herman Moore, you get Mike Kimber. Excuse me, I can't keep calling him Micro Mike, but you get Dosha Dion, Rad, you get everything. King, all of your favorite content creators are right there in the app. You can just watch their content right there. You ain't got to leave the app. You can watch us right there as well. So check it out. It's LNU, Lions Nation Unite. You can download the app for your mobile device in the Google, Android, or Apple App Store, or you can just put in lionsnationunite.com in your web browser. And if you want to get yourself some game day gear from LNU, just go to lnushop.com. It's always game day in the LNU shop. Get the real, not the bootleg over there on Facebook, man. So grab the true LNU gear. Hang out with us on Detroit Lions on the Prowl.com. And while you're over there, click on that link for Lions on the Prowl shop.com. Get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. And then y'all know what time of year it is. It's CFP. If that what it is, that's college football playoff time, baby. And Coach Mike gonna get you ready with some Wolverine gear. Because if you are a Wolverine on a Saturday and a Lion on a Sunday, man, Coach Jones gonna hook you up, baby. Go to wolverine.com. Links in the description below. And help out your brother right here on the show, man. He gonna hook you up with that Wolverine gear, man, and get you fresh, ready for the college football playoffs here at the end of the month. Do your part. Help the fight against cancer. Support my man, Big Lion Man. Y'all see him all over the Metro Detroit area, all on those billboards, man. He's the Lion super fan. But he does a great job supporting the fight against cancer with his Roar Up gear. That links in the description below. And proceeds from the sale of that gear go to help the American Cancer Society of Michigan. And, you know, follow us on your favorite social media platforms, man. Hold on. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's Thursday, man. Go over to LL's Instagram page. The link's on the screen right there, man. Go ahead and hop on over there and see what he got going on a Thursday, man. It's going quench your thirst, man, because this is the culmination of the thirsty week. So he had a thirsty week, but the thirsty Thursday is where we get it done at, man. So go ahead and check him out and check us out on your favorite social media platforms, man. We had to pay the bills. We had to do all our good stuff, man, to go ahead and get into the meat of this content for the show, man. And speaking of LL, come on, brother. Talk to me about how the Lions can get this victory on offense.
Well, on offense, I feel like it's a lot of good things to look forward to. You know, we were pretty much in the first matchup, and I know this won't be the first matchup, but some things will be different. I feel like we'll have more of DeAndre Swift this game. You know, the run game will still be what it is. I feel like our defense has completely flipped around since then. We ain't a great defensive team, probably not even a good defensive team, but we are much better than what we were in that first matchup. So I don't expect for things to go the exact same way. Heavy run. They kind of stopped the run very well, but you know what? I take that back. I'm going to concede. Let's go with a similar game plan to what we saw last week. You know, the pass, accept the run. The run game was still successful. And I think that when we actually run it, we'll find more success this week than we were able to last week. So, you know, it ended up being probably a little bit more balanced in a way. But we do, like I said, we should have more DeAndre Swift this game. Let's see. I read something last night right before laying down. Dan Campbell was saying that they do plan to use J-Mo a little bit more. So let's see exactly what a little bit more means. Hopefully we get to see more deep shots. We got to see one real nice hookup last week with DJ Chark. So, you know, maybe just some more attempts. That's all I'm really looking forward to, man. Everything is going well with the offense. We just need more of those deep shots, in my opinion. So let's see more of that. They have proven that they could be had in the play action, the safeties. Well, they got one good safety, and the other guy, he just out there. So, you know, they can be had in that play action game. And one good thing we got to keep. Well, first matchup, we held the ball so much more longer in that game plan to keep their offense on the sideline because, you know, they can get loose a little bit too. But I expect for that game plan to work a little bit more, maybe a better result closer to the New York game, maybe like a closer looking effort to that Detroit game, muddy that thing up a little bit and keep the points down.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, for me, offense, man, like you say, I said this is my notes. Another game, do you pass and set up the run? Keep Goff clean because you know they coming for him. You know, you got Danielle Hunter, you got Zadarius Smith over there, so they're gonna be trying to bring the pressure.
Yeah.
Keep Goff clean, keep him clean all game. Long sustained drives to keep that Vikings offense on the sideline. And here's one thing that you can do definitely where I can see where I need that creativity from Ben Johnson once again because we did this last week. And if you guys didn't recognize it, because you got to look at the film, use multiple sets to run similar plays when they work. He did that last week. If you look at the touchdown by Amon-Ra St. Brown, 2 touchdowns, he ran the exact same route and scored 2 touchdowns on the exact same route, but it was in 2 different sets. One set he was out wide, the other set he was stacked on the line of scrimmage. But they ran the same play and the same route in different sets, and if they found success. In the second one, he was wide open. Nobody was even close to Amon-Ra St. Brown on the touchdown at the end of the game. So use St. Brown. St. Brown has killed these guys. He's the one who actually won the game for us last year against the Vikings in Ford Field. So feed him. People are talking about, oh, Dancer's coming back. Well, Amon-Ra St. Brown eats Dancer's lunch every time. He take his lunch money. He take his girl. He you know what I'm saying? He sleep in his bed. He do all that stuff, man. So feed St. Brown, man. Definitely. And I think that if we had that recipe that we had at the beginning of that game, on the last game in Minnesota in week 3, and we ain't gonna take their foot off the neck this time. It's gonna be a full-on onslaught. So they have to step up just the way that we've been stepping up because it ain't gonna be no cakewalk like they think it's gonna be.
No. You know what? We gotta loosen up the safeties. I think out the gate when we need to get Jameson into the game, him and Chark on the outsides. Just push them safeties back, man. Push them back. You know what I'm saying? And have Amon-Ra doing a slant across the field. Push them safeties back, loosen up them linebackers, and then hit them with the 2-back set. Hit them with the Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift. And then just keep hitting them and just keep hitting them and keep hitting them. And when them safeties start to creep back up, go long. You know what I'm saying? And just keep them off balance. Just keep them guessing, and they not knowing what to do. And I'm telling you, man, we're going to end up going upside their head. Man, we're going to go upside their head. I'm telling you right now, man, it's not going to be nice. I'm telling you, it's not going to be nice at all.
And all the respect I have for Patrick Peterson, man, he cannot keep up with our guys that we have on the outside. He can't keep up with Chark. Dancer can't keep up with J-Mo. Because I don't know. Hey, a lot of people in the league can keep up with that cat when he get flying. So and I hope that we can get him loose in this game, man. So hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man. Let us know what you think about the Lions offensive attack, man. Let us know in the comment section of the video. And you know how we do it. We might, read 1 or 2 of them things on the next show. Then we pick 6 of them things. I'm still messing with you to go on the next program, man. So go ahead. We'll pick 6 of the ones from today's video to go on Monday's video because we know tomorrow is Free for All Friday. So we live, baby. We won't read none of them things. We have some fun, man. So make sure you tune in tomorrow to catch Free for All Friday right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Yo, home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Now it's time. You know what I'm saying? It's Thursdays, man. So, Coach Jones, give him that D, baby. Talk to me about this defense, brother.
The defense it's a real simple plan, man, for me. And that's, I'm going to speak basketball terms. Boxing 1. Have Jeff Okudah shadow Justin Jefferson. Okay? Have him shadow Justin Jefferson. Have him playing 2 yards off the ball. Have him press man. Sometimes have Kirby Joseph kind of shaded over on his side. And you know what? Bring Kirby Joseph up a little bit. I know usually free safeties go about 12 yards off the ball. Have him be about 8 or 9 yards off the ball. You know what I'm saying? Just knock Justin Jefferson off his routes. You know what I'm saying? Make him one-dimensional. I don't want to have no rejuvenation of Adam Thielen. He had that one good game, and that was against us. I mean, really, he just been like kind of the rest of the year, man. And please, Jerry Jacobs, help your boy out. Please don't let that man be one-on-one with Willie. But you know what? The D line, I think, is improving. So I'm not gonna say much about that D line, man, because they're healthy and they improving, man. But Anzalone cheap shot Hawkinson one time. Like, let him know. Let him, hey, no, man, I don't do nothing. Look, cheap shotting one time, man. If you get a flag, you get a flag. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just let him know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I heard what you said. I heard what you had said that when you had left. So you know what I'm saying, man? And chin checking, man. I mean, forearm in his throat or something, man. Like, I'm an 80s baby, so you know how I go down. Yeah, man, but just improve on the defense, man, and have him play that boxing one type basketball thing, man, where Okuda is just shadowing Justin Jefferson. We should be straight, man. What y'all got?
All right, for the defense, man, pressure Cousins all game long. He will definitely throw you one if you keep pressure on that cat. And I think their offensive line hasn't been great all year, so we can pressure the guy up front. We use that platoon of defensive linemen, rotating them in and out. We can get that pressure on that cat, man. Like you said it, man. Use the safety help on Jefferson, but mix in some of those zone blitzes with that tight man coverage underneath on those other guys, man. You got to keep them guys at bay. Make other guys beat you, but you have to make sure we keep that secondary coverage on them. And here's my thing. Our secondary is different than when we played in week 1. We lost Tracy Walker in that game, earlier in that game. You look at our secondary, looks a lot different than it did that first matchup. So I'm thinking that our secondary can definitely play better against these guys, man. And you know, we ain't seen number 24 in a while. I don't know, man. He ain't on IR or nothing, but we ain't seen him, man. We haven't seen that cat, man. And my last but not least, win the turnover battle. There you go. We've been having success, man. We are tops in the league over the last 5 games. The interceptions were 7. Win the turnover battle, and you can win this game just like we did the last game, man. And those are my keys for the defense. What you got, Elo?
Yeah, heavy pressure, man. Heavy pressure on Cousins. You know, get them to give you one. Keep a hat in that run game, man. It's good to see or good to feel that what we talking about now will actually see on the field just because of the last little, you know, streak they've been on. You know, because at the beginning we'd say, oh, they got to do this on defense. They got to do that on defense. And it seemed like they might try, but it didn't work at all. It was like a wet paper bag or something like that. But now these things is actually, you know, standing solid. Defensive line has always played well, but they've been getting more pressure. We even got that problem hanging out there. You know, James Houston, let's see him get out there and knock some people around. Not, you know, no cheap shots. You know, I'm also an 80s baby, but I don't want no cheap shots, but go and knock Kirk Cousins' ass down. TJ Hawkinson, hold him down, cut the hair off the back of his helmet. That's how you get a penalty. Just do something bad to him. Y'all don't want to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? If you do it to his face. You know, no cheap shots. Just, you know, run up on him and poke him in his eyes or something. I don't know. But
man,
but no, you know, like just pressure everywhere. Keep pressure on Justin Jefferson, pressure on y'all's man, Kirk Cousins, and get him to throw us a few. I feel like he likes to do that in Michigan because is he from Michigan? I know he played at State, but maybe he likes to do it when he's here. Man. Yeah, me neither. But you know, get him to give.
He's from I don't give a damn. That's what.
Yeah, perfect with me. Get him to give us the ball. Kurt said it best. Win that turnover battle, and we should win this game, man.
Okay. All right. So we talked about the offense. We talked about the defense, man. Hey, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, and hit that notification bell if you're already subscribed, so you know when you're getting fresh content from us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's time to tell you who's riding that choo-choo pain train, baby. All right, first up, for the Detroit Lions, we got the backup right guard. He was out yesterday with an ankle injury. Derek Barnes was out yesterday again with a knee. Taylor Decker was out yesterday with an elbow injury. Deshaun Elliott was out with an ankle yesterday. Jeff Okuda was out with an illness, and Frank Ragnow was out yesterday with the foot injury because, you know, you got to get on the good foot. And the last couple guys, we got Khalif Raymond was out with an illness, and so was Nate Sudfeld, the backup quarterback. Now, here's the deal with these guys, man. Derek Barnes, Khalif Raymond, and Nate Sudfeld. Those guys were out yesterday. The rest of the guys that did not practice played 100% of the snaps on their side of the ball in the game versus Jacksonville. So I think that was a little bit of rest on these guys, you know what I'm saying? So some of the stuff was, you know, of course you can't, you know, mess with an illness, but some of these guys, they were just, hey man, let's get these guys, because they had a heavy workload because we scored on all 8 possessions, so they, especially on the offense, so they had a heavy workload for those young guys, man. And then limited yesterday, Evan Brown was back at practice, so that's good. And then DeAndre Swift was limited with that ankle injury, no shoulder, just the ankle. So that's your pain train for the Detroit Lions. But like I said, we had a lot of players that were out yesterday that played 100% of the snaps versus Jacksonville, so they needed to rest. So hey man, rest up, fellas. You know what I'm saying? We'll get you back on the field today, so go ahead. All right, now we got to look at what's going on over at the Purple People Eaters in Minnesota. They have Jonathan Bullard, defensive lineman. He was out yesterday with a bicep injury. We had a lot of players out with illness. We had C.J. Ham, Danielle Hunter, Theo Jackson, Patrick Peterson, and Harrison Smith was all out sick yesterday, man. You got to wear your mask, brother. I don't know. I don't know. Man, I know, man. Y'all must have been a lot of players on the defense, too. Only one of these players on offense. I don't know what's going on over there, man. You better get some Lysol. All right, then we got limited participants yesterday. You got Garrett Bradbury, the center. He was limited with a back injury. Christian Darrisaw, their tackle, he was in the concussion protocol. He was limited yesterday. And defensive linebacker Eric Kendrick, man, he's a pretty good player. He was full go yesterday with a shoulder injury. But that is your pain train for both teams, man. We'll see. I think we should get a lot of these guys back for the Lions back today. But I think with some of these guys, I think it was just kind of a rest day because they played so much against Jacksonville. But now it's time for us to do what, man? My favorite thing. It's time for us to do what? Zip our lip and see what you had to say about yesterday's show. It's time for the comment cards, baby. First up, we got Richard Brunette. I think that's how you say your name. All right. Do you think maybe MCDC walked into the DB room after the firing and let them know that the firing was on them? You know what? Angeloni did say something like that as far as what he thought. How did I get this guy fired? Okay. And they weren't even his coach. All right. On the inability to communicate and consistently and missing assignments, wake up call to a bunch of kids in their early 20s who rarely think about how their actions affect other people. Man, that's like a true parent right there. You old school, brother. It's a team sport, and accountability to others is a big piece of building a team. Light bulb moment, sparking a light switch change in the quality of their play. If this were true, the guy is even more brilliant than we give him credit for. Now, one thing I will say this before we move on, they interviewed Jared Goff yesterday on Good Morning Football, and he said he was talking about how smart that Dan Campbell is. So he's like, people just thinking about him as a meathead. He said, no, Dan Campbell's a smart guy. So what you got, LL?
Yay, Hulk Hogan. Michael Fitzpatrick said, with the way they are playing, the draft is up to so many options. D-line and linebacker are high needs, but the rest is looking like only getting depth at other spots, especially if Jacob keep getting better from his injury. Don't be surprised if Holmes makes magic in the draft for future picks by trading back some picks this year. But D-line and linebacker, or defensive line and linebacker, they need a stud. I agree. I'm not so sure if there is a linebacking stud in this one. I'm pretty sure it's some pretty good ones, but I don't know who's going to be like that. Number one linebacker, but D-line, it's guys all the way around. Whichever ones you want, the big ones, the fast ones, the slow ones, the tough ones, all of them.
Yeah,
that's a good defensive lineman in this one.
Deep in this draft, yeah. So it's corner.
Right on. Beanie Siegel says, "I love his first two albums, The Truth and the Reason. I love him, man."
Broad Street Bully.
Yeah, I will watch Hard Knocks. But I also am waiting on another Inside the Den episode. And man, you know what? And I don't know when it's gonna come out, but I'm interested to see, man.
I like their Under the Helmet too, man. That's a good segment too. All right, must be watching Stomp the Yard because we got DJ. He said we played the Bills without a cooler and only Jerry for a half too. That's very true. That the secondary is playing, I don't think it's just the competition. I think they have improved their play.
Right. Friend of the show, the law firm as we call them. Joseph Murdoch says, LL Cool, did You call me a bandwagon fan. I've been diehard for over 50 years, thick and thin. The magic number is 10-7. They are 5-7 with 5 to go. So until they get to 10-7, it's one game at a time. Beating the Vikings will give the fans something to talk about. I cannot say playoffs until 10-7. I don't remember if I did. If I did, I'm pretty sure I didn't mean it. It was whatever in response to what you said in your comment. I think in my head, I can't remember saying, you sound like a bandwagon fan. Either way, take it back. If you've been around for 50 years, you ain't a bandwagon fan. But send me a jersey or something.
I don't think it specifically was him. I think you were talking about the people who just ain't rocking with the team right now. That's what you were talking about. I don't think you single him out. I think he took it as, you saying you as you call him, but you didn't.
Oh, well, I am then. I don't know. Whatever. If I am then, but send me a jersey or something, and we can be friends again, please.
Gio Raider. I haven't heard the name Gio Raider in a minute. Gio Raider,
back, brother.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't mind if we were in the mid-season version of Hard Knocks as a fan in Maryland. Mm-hmm. Okay, I get to see my team more. If we were going through a slump such as in the beginning, it may have been tough to watch. Given our recent turnaround, being able to watch would be a treat. Additionally, we would be able to see the benefits of player-led meetings, practices, as we tend to play well after them. And we do, because you know what? The players get on one accord, man, and they all get an understanding, and they talk things, man, and, those things are important. So thanks for the comment, Gio Raider.
Man, thank you guys, man. We appreciate that. We love the comment cards right here on Detroit Lions and the Prowl. So if you know what I'm saying, just go ahead and leave us a comment, man. Comment on what you think about the game, the family discussion topic, or just how we're doing on the show, man. Leave us a comment in the comment section. We will read 6 of those things on the next episode of the show. Now it's time for everyone else's favorite segment. It's time for dessert with your man, Curt. Hey, Grand 12, have some coffee with your dessert with the man, Curt. Today, it's brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Go on over to the link for Facebook in the description below. If you don't do the Facebook thing, just type in the Delightful Bites in the search engine of TikTok or Instagram and see all that beautiful dessert footage. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. All right. So congratulations to the Money Badger. Michael Badgley was named the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week for going 4 for 4 for extra points and 4 for 4 for field goals, man. Actually, he scored more points than the Jacksonville Jaguars. He scored 16 points on the game on Sunday, and the Jacksonville Jaguars only scored 14. Well, damn. He could have beat them pretty much single-handedly by his damn self. But anyways, I digress. All right. So, and Quintez Cephas, clock started yesterday. He returned back to practice. Man, that's another weapon. Think about this, fellas. And before we go ahead and get to the final thoughts and the game prediction, we could have platoons of receivers. Think about how we can mix and match, and man, that could be dangerous. We could just bring in a fresh group of receivers, like we do defensive linemen. We could just rotate a new fresh batch in. Man, that's crazy to have that many offensive weapons on one side. The wide receiver room about to get deep. Sorry to say this, bro. Hey, Tommy. Hey, Tommy. Go get your lacrosse stick, man, and hit the practice field, because you about to sit down, dog. I'm just saying, man. Hey, last man in is the first man out. So, with all that being said, man, that's your dessert with your man, Curt. Brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. Now it's time to take that quick walk on over to that wall of fame, baby. First up, we got the Latino Leo in the house. Joseph Carter's in the building. My man Q, or David Anderson, depending on the day of the week. We got Timmy Birch, Bob Korowski, and Jason Portis in those bronze members. And shout out to Coach Mike's coworker, Doug Prince 72, is also in the building. Silver members, we got my man Batman of the 313. We got Henry Wallace, Kirkland Pratt, Big Dale, and Mr. Scotty the Bear, the freshman, baguettes and all that. What's up, Frenchie? And the silver members, our gold members meeting today at 3 p.m. Make sure you check the community tab for that. We got my man, Mr. Reliable Michael Hutt. We got North End Ken. Michael Lewis is in the building. Dominic Davis, the jazzy one. Paul Jarose. Lady Lionel of Douche Bagia is in the building, and the Dr. Detroit, he is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description. You know how we doing on Thursday, man. It's game prediction time. Before we get to final thoughts, LL, you up first this week. Who wins and what's the score?
The Lions beat the Vikings, of course, 28-20.
28-20. So he's taking the under, because over-under is 51.5. So he's taking the under at 48 points. All right, Coach Jones, what you got?
Lions beat the Vikings, of course, 38-28.
38-28. So Coach Jones is taking the over.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions are gonna win, man. I gotta go with my Detroit Lions on this one, man. I think that the haunting of the week 3 matchup is going to play a factor, and they say we ain't doing it this time. So the Lions are gonna win 40-20 in Ford Field. 40-20. 20-point win. We ain't gonna what did they say? What did they say? Remember the Titans? Leave no doubt. And that's what the Lions are gonna do on Sunday. So it's time for final thoughts for today's show, man. LL, what you got for your final thoughts on this wonderful Thursday, brother?
I had a funny one, but I forgot it. But so happy Thursday. Don't worry about the internet today. Go out and see some nice things. If it's too cool where you're at, stay inside, eat some chili. But, get ready for that big game, big win on Sunday, man. Oh, also, happy birthday. Today is my oldest niece's birthday. I forgot. My apologies. Happy birthday, Tatiana.
Okay, happy birthday, Tatiana, man.
No,
and
happy birthday.
Hey, and stay inside and go on his Instagram page, see some nice things on Facebook.
She do, and that's why I don't like it.
All right, what you got? Coach Jones?
Yeah, man, just build, man. Just build. I hope we see another complete game. I think the coaches are settling into their own. The players are settling into their own. And somebody please give T.J. Hawkinson and Nikita Koloff Russian sickle across the throat one time.
Ooh, he said Nikita
just one time.
Russian sickle.
And then pick him up. My bad, but pick him up just one time. Don't be good the whole game, but just one time. Nikita Koloff Russian sickle.
And then cut his hair off.
All right, so I don't want anybody to get this for me. Don't get it twisted. I'm not taking this game lightly, but I'm thinking what the Lions can do on offense. They're showing me the way. And if we keep loading up and we keep doing what we're doing, and someone said this yesterday, my final thoughts, getting Evan Brown back, if we get him back for this game, that's a bigger piece to the puzzle than what we know. That's a really big piece, because if we get that offensive line, we get Evan Brown back. Because the young fella, he's not doing a bad job, but we get Evan Brown back, we gonna be dangerous as hell going down the back stretch of this season. It's gonna get real tight on some cats, man. Mm-hmm. And what the offense can do, and we're doing it with backup offensive linemen. So we get another, pretty much a starter back. Man, we're gonna be dangerous, man. But hey, enjoy your weekend, man. Tune in tomorrow for Free for All Friday as we continue our game preview. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk trash. We're gonna get it in. Queen of Prowl gonna be there talking her trash, because she usually talk her ish anyway. Saying our resident Bears fan. And we have my man Mike probably gonna be on there. We got Maniac Tim. You never know who's gonna stop by, but just tune in tomorrow for Free for All Friday right here in Detroit Lions on the Prowl, man. So, hey, it's Thursday, man. If you drank some drink and got some, all over yourself because you was thirsty today, man, get this napkin, man. Wipe that drool off your face, man. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. Well, my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele. And we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.